Sports.
This will make it into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On first down, it's Newton. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Okay, partner. A couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football. But maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after them.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
On the left side, a completion to his tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now Newton on first down. Out quickly to Judy. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a third and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold him to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the third and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flip the field position and
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very...
And this is going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. here to his running back. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Rolling to his right. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down and put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Mahomes now on first down. And this one complete to Gafford. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
No score after one on EA Sports.
No score.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Hard enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Newton. Now he'll pull it down. And fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Patrick Mahomes sacked.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
him. No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Quez Watkins, the intended target. And it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Going to give this time to the tailback. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third down.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
To Quez Watkins.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. 2 minutes on the clock. Second quarter. 7-0 ball game.
At the 7-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Back at the 10-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. The quick slant caught. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. Fourth and goal from the 2. They'll try and run for it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Chiefs.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
A gain there of 21 yards. steps away to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Newton. That is caught at the 7. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Operating from the gun, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 2-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
McCann's kick up and good. And that will do it for this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A gain of 21.
A nice gain of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they try the right side here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
This is caught. Watkins. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your...
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there, with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion, Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
This is Hamler on the receiving end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes that are going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And now he'll tuck it and run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
3rd and long, it's Newton. The Kansas City defense, tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
21. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Now flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And now here comes Kansas City. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Offense.
Come on, dog! That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 39 that time.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8 as we get late in this one. Is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the... He's got it! Touchdown, Chiefs! Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming down and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Off play action. Newton out to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll roll him out right. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, You don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Lost man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The Broncos about set to go on offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession. No turn.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
From the gun on third down, Newton. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Mahomes going to throw. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
1st and goal.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will. Because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he will go down outside of the pocket looking for a sack, trying to get away but could not. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Newton. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it's going to be 2nd down. To throw again, Newton. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Incomplete. He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They snap it to Newton. And the Chiefs are going to get him. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
It's a turnover on downs.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chiefs, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.